Hello,
Hello everyone
everyone,
and
and
Katribu.
Katribu.
I'm Dina Ventura
I'm Jojo Silvestre.
and welcome to
Tribune
Tribune Now
Now's
Spotlight.
Spotlight. Today, we have, of course, a very special guest. But this one is more special than the others because
Wow.
she is sharing with us something new, something that has not been told to us before. She is an expert in human microbiome, if you've ever heard of that, which is a way of treating people of their diseases, diseases that we ourselves cause, that people themselves cause because of their wrong beliefs, habits, and practices. Like someone I know, someone who eats a lot of sugar. Is that you or?
Or you.
Okay. Let me find out. Anyway, may I present to you our special guest, Miss Ross Licup. Hello, Ross.
Hello, Ross.
Hi,
Welcome
hi,
to
Dina.
Spotlight.
Hi, Jojo. It's very nice to see you and be here. Thank you for having me.
You know, before we go into the details of a microbiome,
Mm.
we'd like to ask you first, how are you these days? It's pandemic. How have you been
Yeah.
coping with the situation?
Since March.
Well, I
Yeah,
spent,
for the longest time.
yes, I gained a bit, but we have been blessed.
Yeah.
I think the Philippines has been blessed, and I think a lot of people has been blessed because we're still healthy, and thank God to that. I spent most of my pandemic time or my lockdown time at the farm, so I've been in touch with a lot of nature and a lot of meditation.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
lucky to be spending time at the
Yeah.
farm in
Just being there,
Batangas.
no?
Yes. I can't even remember the last time I was
You
there.
were there.
You should come and visit.
I know, we need it. So, Ross, so you've been okay over this past few months, but we'd like to know now your story. We are aware that at some point in your life you had a rare disease, and I think it was what pushed you to go into what you are into today. So, maybe can you share with us your story? How did you cope with that
Oh
disease?
yeah,
Yeah, but first,
that's
what was the disease
Yeah, what was
all
it?
about?
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's such a mystery.
yeah, yes. Actually, that's like a very inspiring time of my life. Quite a long time. I had like I was having like seizures, a lot of seizures in a day. I had 4 strokes. I don't look like it, but I did. Okay. And then I was misdiagnosed here in the Philippines, and there was no cure that they could like give me because they could not diagnose what the disease was. So we prayed, and then we went for a second opinion. When we went to America, we went to St. Joseph Barrows Neurological Hospital and Banner Desert Hospital in Arizona. We met with 7 Jewish doctors. I didn't know how prominent they were until they started treating me. But at first, they thought that I only have 5% of survival. That is what it's a pretty lean number, very mean number, but then
Scary.
that's yeah. So I was half paralyzed. I could feel everything. It's just that I couldn't move a lot of things. It's like whatever it is that I needed to do, I had to do on the bed. So basically I was nothing. So it was a really long process, but one thing that they did, I had several months of testing, all laboratory works. They were getting fluids from my brain. They were getting fluids from my spinal column. I was having 21 scans, CAT scans in a day. You know, I was there for like long time, no more than a year, and then until I slowly. It was a slow, painful process. But then one thing that they discussed and they told me is that it's my immune system. So after a couple of tests, the results was I had a cold vascular malformation that was sitting on top of my brainstem, and and that was causing my immune system to act up against my brain, and it was eating up my brain. So I lost like the leather covering of my brain, and then most of the four lobes of my brain has turned into white matter. And the medications that they were giving me were only to like control my blood pressure, because my blood pressure was running up to 250 over 150. That was the regular blood pressure, and every expression and feeling that I would have is like causing me to have a heart attack or a stroke. And so the thing is that what they did is that they introduced me to human microbiome, and that whatever it is that they did to me is all natural. They think and believe, and it was scientifically proven and medically proven, that the body has its ability, a strong ability to heal from within itself. That is the best medication ever. And it's not only confined to a certain kind of disease or a certain kind of ailment. It is for all types of diseases, because apparently through their studies and their researches that they actually cover, they were able to prove that the body can produce its own antimicrobial and antigens. So it's the innate and adaptive immune system that are dependent on your human microbiome, our own human microbiome, to in order to cure and repair the body from within.
That's great news,
Yeah.
no?
So tell us about your recovery. How did you to get back to being that healthy, lively person that you were? What was the
Yeah.
process involved? And who were these doctors? What were their specialties?
Yeah, how did you
Okay.
come across this
Yeah.
treatment?
We only found out after that the treatment was very successful. I went there with 5%. I left with 99.9% recovery. I was walking while I went inside the hospital being wheeled inside, and having seizures every now and then. And everything was fluctuating. And then I left with 99.9%. These doctors, we found out that they were authors of medicines like Lipitor, Topamax, all those sort. Dr. Barry Hendon headed the research and my treatment. He was a neurologist. And Dr. Spetzler, actually, these doctors actually wrote the book of medicine, medical books that medical students are actually studying and taking into considerations in their career in the field of medicine. Dr. Perlow was the chief researcher of stem cell in America, which was funded by the US government. Actually, I was so blessed and very thankful. That's why I really want to do this, and I'm very thankful that you're giving me this opportunity, because I didn't pay for my treatment, and it was very expensive. The only thing I paid for was like a $20 stamp in order to bring the samples of the fluids of my brain to a laboratory in Washington, because apparently that was the only laboratory in the world that would test my fluids. And so, yeah, I was blessed. I didn't have any surgeries done. And although I was always scheduled to have a surgery, but then thank God they never opened my brain. So everything else is intact.
It's so amazing.
Yes.
No? Grab it. I'm stunned hearing about that. So how did you've been wanting to share this life-saving treatment with everybody? We know that, as you've been saying. Can you tell us how you became an expert at it? What did you have to go through to bring that here? But before you answer that, we'll just pause for a short break.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako!
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Hello, can I get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slide, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my...
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Wait lang, okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver.
Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa... Fiancé ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami
Call
mag-deliver.
to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Call na rin kayo.
Call to deliver.
Good morning, sir. How may I help you?
Bakit kailangan ko pang pumunta sa bangko?
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pong pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
And we're back, Jojo.
Yeah.
I'm Dina Ventura, and we are on Spotlight with Miss Ross Licup. So, Ross, tell us about the Human Microbiome. This is the name of the treatment you were that saved your life. Am I right?
Okay. The treatment of human microbiome during those times, because that was like some 10 years ago, was very different from now. So it's kind of it's not as pleasing as it is now. But then it was something that was improving my condition by a significant rate. When I say significant, it took me years to recover. So now what we do now is it can be applied transdermal or topical, but before it has to be inserted. So yeah, it was kind of difficult before.
Painful. Was it painful?
Yes, the recovery was very painful. It was very painful. It was very slow, but it was very inspiring. It's very grounding. And you have to love God. I mean, there's nothing there in those years that I was going through this. I just felt that God was always there. It's my tiny heaven on earth.
Okay. Wow, it's a miracle, no?
Ross, how
Yeah.
did you become an expert? Did you have to study? Did you have to have a training?
Yes. Before I experienced this immune disorder, immune deficiency that was eating up my brain, I am a chemical engineer. I took my master's in chemical engineering also, and I have some units on genetic engineering. So it's really into me, like green formulations and everything. But then it changed the whole ball game was changed. Everything changed when I experienced this. I was exposed to a lot of laboratory works, which is like prominent laboratories, like really heavily funded laboratories. I experienced it myself. So I said, like, and then the doctor told me, I asked the doctor, I asked him, I was like, how can I repay you? It's not that I can afford them. It's like, but then, there must be a way. So it's like, there's got to be somebody else like you out there. So, inform them that there is another choice, that there is another option. So here I am. But it is a very slow process. And even up till date, I'm still continuing my studies in green formulation and human microbiome. I went to Japan, I went to Israel, and I went to several other countries as having this just to be able to perfect it. And it's here now in the Philippines, and you can find it at the farm at San Benito.
Okay, the farm at San Benito.
So you're an expert in human microbiome formulation for different health disorders. What are these health disorders?
Well, it's actually everything. When you say it's not a one thing drug, Actually, it's not a drug, but we have to understand that human microbiome is 90% of us. Everything about us is human microbiome. The status and the state of one's health depends on the balance of human microbiome on and inside the body. So we're not only talking about the health, okay, but we're talking about how the body defends itself when there is a harmful disease that's trying to penetrate the body and harm it. So the human microbiome actually covers everything. Why? Because it acts as a barrier. The skin itself, right on top of the skin, is your soldiers of human microbiome. What it does is that it responds to pathogens or disease-causing organisms that's trying to penetrate the body. So what it does is that it destroys them. It fights against it. Okay, so I can say, I am very confident to say that this is for all types of disorders, of health concerns. And even if you don't have it, you want to defend yourself from having it. So you want to stay healthy and you want to like boost or improve your immune system. And your immune system depends on your human microbiome.
Okay,
So, yeah.
one could say that then that it's perfect for these times when we have the coronavirus. Right. So it's like you're building the defense for your body from the inside out, or is it just like what you said on the surface?
Okay, so what happens is that the modern, the innovated human microbiome therapy is actually a topical or transdermal application of human microbiome and its nourishment. So what happens is that there are a spa-like treatment. We relax the body because this treatment is for the body, the mind, and the health. It even reverses aging because it repairs damaged DNA to that microscopic level. So what happens is that this human microbiome, as it settles and is applied on the skin, which we have prepared already. We detoxify it, we unclog the pores and prepare the pores for it to absorb the human microbiome. Once it gets in contact with the fluid, with the bodily fluid, it has a dialogue. It performs a dialogue with the cells. And the human microbiome that is existing in our body responds to it. So they have this communication. The first thing it fixes is your hormonal imbalance, because that is your communication line inside the body. Once that this communication has been set up, then this human microbiome, this DNA, actually, recovers data. They collect data from different functions of the body, and then the body actually reports, okay, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong with the kidney. There is dysfunction in this system, in your liver, in your heart, in your lungs, or something like that. Or even on the skin, there's a scar. We have to fix that. So all of this data are actually collected, and then it forms a factory, just like the viruses, the coronavirus, it forms a factory. Microbiome, the human microbiome, settles on the stem cells, okay, on the bloodstream, and then it eats up from the nourishment that we take, okay, and then it actually forms a factory of antigens, antimicrobial, nourishments, okay, vitamins, and it supplies it all throughout the body so that it will repair whatever the damages the body is experiencing until it reaches balance.
Wow. So anybody who would try to get this treatment, no matter what condition or illness they have at that time, can be treated with the microbiome.
Yes, but it's not a one-time thing.
Yeah.
As I said, it is. It depends on how the body responds, but definitely it will respond to human microbiome because this is something that is inert or is already activated or something that we have in our body. Although that the human microbiome composition of one body will never be the same for another person, they actually only absorb and take in what they want. Okay, it's like, this is my teammate. I'm going to absorb you and let you in and work with us because we need to repair this body to the DNA level.
You mean
So anyone can
it
do
could
this.
be it could be as simple as a scar, or it could be something like,
Cancer?
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Why? Yes, because your immune system are divided into two categories. There is an innate and adaptive immune system. If in case that you don't have enough human microbiome that would defend the body from diseases that are trying to penetrate, and it outnumbered your human microbiome, it would actually come in. Then, if your innate immune system does not resolve that issue, your adoptive immune system comes into action. They come out with killer cells. Okay, these killer cells actually indulges and engulfs these pathogens, these diseases, and eats them. And then, if it has eaten enough of these pathogens or disease-causing organisms, it actually dies as a dead cell. So yung libag natin, those are dead cells. It is actually the human microbiome that has actually eaten up whatever diseases is trying to penetrate inside the body.
Is it safe to say that this is a pangmayaman na treatment? Would it cost?
It is not.
It's not cheap.
It is. Health is an investment.
Yes.
Yes, and then I think it is safer to say that if you get sick, you don't want to spend for that. I'd rather spend looking good and feeling well, because human microbiome is an investment on feeling good while you're looking good, because it reverses aging, right? So I'd rather pay for that than pay for a hospital bill wherein, you have all these things happens.
It's kind of preventive, but it's also
Maintenance.
something that cures.
Yes,
Goes
it does.
both ways.
Beautiful.
It does.
Yeah.
So you're offering body and face treatments, no? Tell us
Yes.
about these body and face treatments. But before you tell us, let's
Pause for another break.
mahaba yun eh.
Click, click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap. It's a wrap, just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the ring apps are the in thing. You know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use. Mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now.
Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Libido, no.
Here we are. We're back, and we have Miss Ross Licup with us.
On Spotlight. So,
Yeah, so we're asking,
we were asking about the treatment.
the different for both face and body.
Body.
So ano ito?
Okay, so basically it's for the whole body. It's not only for the face, for the body. It's actually concentrated on different areas of the body, from head to toe. Yeah, from the hair to the scalp to the face to the back of the neck, your nape, to the neck side, to the decollete, to the arms, to the to the breast part, to the reproductive system, everywhere, even to the legs. when you deal with health disorder, you have to take note that it is always reflected and it's always manifesting on the skin. So when you have a great skin, you have a great health. Okay, that's it. If you see discolorization or unevenness in color, or sudden freckles or something like it that wasn't there before, then it is a sign or an alert that your body is giving that there is something wrong and you need to get checked up. Okay, the doctors and the hospitals are very important. We need them to check you up. Okay, but then these are preventive measures, what we offer. Okay, now, so we do hair regrowth, we do face and body microbiome, we do reverse aging. It does reverse aging because it repairs damaged DNA, and then it resolves psoriasis, eczema, wound healing, diabetes, very stubborn wounds and everything, and even those that has problem in the libido, or in the reproduction process or something. I have to find a good word for this. I know I have to screen it, but then yes, it increases body hydration, especially on that part of the body, especially when you undergo menopause. Okay. So we experience dryness or something like that. We have mood swings or flushes or had flushes, or a lot of things. There are so many changes in the body that happens, and it's due to hormonal imbalance. And then this, the first thing that the human microbiome does is correct and create balance. Okay, the hormones that is in the body. And so this also includes when you're having problem with your sexual activities, both for male and female.
Okay. So that includes erectile dysfunction. Okay.
So basically, the human microbiome that we apply, it is actually an application, a topical application of fresh, healthy human microbiome, since that the only reason why a person is going to have health concerns or health problems is when there is an imbalance in the human microbiome. So we create balance we repopulate the number of your human microbiome. We apply fresh and healthy human microbiome so that you will not get sick. And if you are already experiencing health concerns or any health issues, this will actually make a dialogue with the body, with the host. We call it a host, and then it picks up the data and tries to find, it's like, what's wrong with the body right now? What can I do? So what is the requirement? So it comes along. We nourish the body along with the human microbiome, and the human microbiome processes this nourishment like a factory inside your body. What it does is that it produces antigens and antimicrobials. Okay, so it distributes it to the body. So whatever it is, may it be a sexual dysfunction, may it be an erectile dysfunction, may it be aging, may it be wrinkles, because it forms collagen, it forms fibroblasts, it forces your body to produce what it needs to function the way it should function if it is healthy and properly nourished.
Yes, but I think I didn't hear from you yet. I was probably not listening. But what happens? Do you inject something, or do you just give me a good massage, or
what is the process? How do you have it
or you just look at
administered on
me?
you?
Is it hypnotism? What's the process?
Oh, sorry. Okay, that is my original laugh. Anyways, so I'm okay. Sorry about that. Okay, when we do a face and body microbiome, what we give you first, the first step is that we treat you to a warm Dead Sea salt scrub. But this is not your ordinary Dead Sea salt scrub. This comes from Israel, and we combine it with Arctic salt. Those who are, really familiar with the spa system, Arctic salt is like the best salt ever.
Okay.
And then we combine it with human microbiome. We combine it with 50 types of plant oils that are all European grade products. Even our virgin coconut oil is European standard. And then we put in essential oils. And then we put in plant extracts. We put in your set of human microbiome. If we're applying it on your face, we have the set of human microbiome for your face. If you're applying it on your scalp, we have a set of human microbiome with lactic acid on the scalp. And, it's different in each part of the body. So that's the first one. The second one is that we wrap you like a Cleopatra. We treat you like a king or queen. We wrap you on human microbiome with mineral mud, with red clay and Dead Sea mineral mud, along with 75 plant oils, 49 plant extracts, and 30 types of essential oils.
So where's the human microbiome?
We add it along with it with exact formulation.
Where does that come from? From the body of the patient, or you have been storing it in your refrigerator?
There is a bank that actually harnesses the human microbiome cells, like lactobacillus. This is not the same with the lactobacillus shirota strain. No, it's different. The lactobacillus and the staphylococcus, or the bacteria that we are including in the human microbiome, are your real human microbiome microorganisms.
But Miss Ross, who are these people?
Where do you harvest it from?
We are
licensed. I can donate my microbiome if you.
We would love to have them. Anyways, we do not. I'm not the one who's formulating the human microbiome. I'm not the one who's harnessing or harvesting them. We take it from a bank. We buy it. We are licensed to buy it and then import it here in the Philippines. And then we have a licensed laboratory who then we mix it in our laboratory.
So basically,
and we are the only one here in the Philippines who does that.
I was gonna ask nga, sabi ko, so you're the only licensed business to administer this technology or medical treatment to people, right?
Yes.
You'd end up looking like a European. Hindi ba mas maganda ang Filipino stock?
Oh yes, definitely. I love our color. Is beautiful. It is sexy.
So
parang it doesn't affect, but you're saying that human microbiome, no matter where it's harvested, is universal. It won't change the way you look.
It would. I still get to keep my Filipino complexion.
Okay. You may think that is your best skin, but right after your human microbiome treatment, I promise you, I assure you, you've never seen yourself so beautiful.
Okay, my next question is, how long has this technology been in the Philippines? When did you bring it over? And how long does a patient need to spend? How much time does he need to spend having this treatment?
Okay, that's very nice. That's a very nice answer. That's a very nice question. Actually, the human microbiome technology has started in 1800s. The Human Microbiome Project actually was very successful. It has, I think that was 2012. And up till now, it's been improving. The most recent study is that our skin has a brain of its own. So it responds. So it actually responds to anything, to the touch. That's why when we apply your human microbiome, we do it through a massage at the farm. It's really great. Okay, so that's what we do. Now, your next question is, how long does it take? Okay, so a minimum of 1.5 hours to a maximum of 3.5 hours, depending on how much or the extent of the things that you want to be done. But those are the time frames that we're looking at. Now, how frequent do you want to do this? Those who has done it once, tends to come every 2 weeks because they see progress. and they see a lot of improvement on themselves. Those that are far from the farm at San Benito would come at least like once a month, but those that has health issues would like come like every week.
Okay.
Does this have to be done at the farm? I mean, like, can you teach me how to do it, so I can do it privately with my boyfriend? I'd buy a bottle of your whatever it is, and
What we
administer
do
it at
is,
home.
yeah, what we do is that we administer the application, and then after that we give them regimens that they can take home,
Ah,
and then so that it will support the treatment, because the regimens that we provide are already with human microbiome.
oh,
So that one you can do. We provide hand and body wash with human microbiome. This is soap free. The shampoos with human microbiome, the body oils with human microbiome, even the insect repellents are with human microbiome, the balms are with human microbiome, the serums are with human microbiome, the hair treatments are with human microbiome. Basically, we give you human microbiome as a regimen and you will love them. It's not going to form suds. Okay, when you use them, it's not going to form suds. So, because we have been kept into this idea or concept of being clean when, like, you are desensitizing your skin. When you sensitize your skin, you are not clean. You are ripped off your human microbiome. So what we do is that we nourish your skin with human microbiome, and that human microbiome is going to clean your skin from the unwanted microorganisms that's trying to cause diseases to your body.
I used to have very nice skin, and then when I had high sugar, I noticed that it's not as beautiful as it
Used
used to be. And I thought it was enough to have a man you love. Apparently, you need something else.
Love changes everything. But I would want to see you at the farm so that we could do that with you.
Ross, how has the response been from your market or your
Yeah.
customers?
I'm sorry. Can you say that
How
again?
has the response been from the market, from your customers at the
Yeah.
farm?
Yeah.
It has been overwhelming.
I suppose,
Yes,
no?
we thought our scare was that it would only be interesting for the foreigners, because they're the ones who's like very open with human microbiome studies all over the world. But then when the pandemic came in, people are, local market Filipinos are really smart. Okay, they know what they want, they know what they need. So once they've tried it, we are very good spenders. We are very smart with our money. So yeah, so when they buy something, it better work. There has to be a result. So once that they see it, they come back for it. Once that they've tried it, they come back for it because they see results right away.
So,
You
Jojo,
mean, yeah.
parang hahaba ang buhay ng mga tao ngayon.
Yeah,
Yes.
but more than
Yes.
haba-habang buhay, sana gumanda ang skin.
Oh yes, yes. It's like, the concept is like looking good and feeling good.
My friend Sundi wants to find out kung magkano daw ang investment niya a week at maging Elizabeth Taylor siya. And how long would it take?
Actually, actually, it is, you're not going to spend as much as if she wants to be Elizabeth Taylor, which is like, wow, Cleopatra talaga. Okay. If you go to an aesthetic clinic, you'd be spending more. And that will be very temporary, right? Although everything is temporary. I mean, but here, your investment would start from 12,000
Okay.
and up.
Okay. Kaya
But for the full body microbiome, it starts at 35,000 and up.
Okay. I'll just do a little dancing.
But then, it's worth it. A lot of people would come and they really, you go for this kind of treatments outside, you don't get healthy. You just get fixed temporarily. But then when you come for human microbiome, you pay for two of those treatments that cost 16,000. You only pay for once, you achieve it. You would see how different your skin is. You would see how good you look. You would see, I mean, let me cite this as an example. A lot of women comes to us, and even male. A lot of them comes to us. It's like, oh, I buy this collagen. I apply collagen. I take in collagen, and I told them, I was like, what do you say about that? I suggest that you refrain from doing that, but instead, buy nourishment and microbiome that forces your body to produce your own collagen. There is no better collagen than what your body produces, because it's exactly the requirement of your body. And if that function of the body stops producing collagen, it will be lazy. It will forget. So you have to keep it awake and doing the function it was created to do.
Yeah, more than eating bulalo, you get, you,
So, Ross,
you get the right collagen.
yeah,
no?
right. Collagen
Yeah.
sa buto.
Yeah, you're right. That's perfect. Yeah.
Ross, you also advocate holistic lifestyle, right?
Yes.
So can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit
Yeah.
more about that and how you have incorporated that in the programs that you offer at the farm?
Yes. What we always tell them is that there should be a lifestyle check. Okay, you have to love yourself a little bit more. Loving yourself a little bit more means that feeding yourself the right kind of food.
Less
The problem is-
sugar.
yeah. Doesn't mean that you're purely, going to be a vegan or, or something like that. It's perfect though if you do that. It purifies everything. But then it's always a correct balance of everything: protein, fiber, a lot of water, less of the sugar, as much as possible. Limit your consumption of sugar into like 4 teaspoon in a day or 6 teaspoon in a day, or even less. And your salt, it has to be really controlled. And the number one factor that actually speeds up deterioration of the body is MSG, monosodium glutamate. Yeah.
Yung mga processed
That there is a function in your brain that all it does is absorb and remove glutamate that is, present in the body. And if it overeats glutamate, then you're going to have a problem. So might as well stay away from it. Like anything that says artificial, anything that says instant,
There goes
go
my
back to natural.
there goes my junk food.
Yeah, that's right.
There are a lot of food. You'd be amazed. I'm not vegan, although I've trained myself. I'm an addict to a lot of sodas and chocolates. I love chocolates. I love sodas. But then, there's a certain point of your life that you choose.
Yes.
Do you want to stay alive, or do you want to be happier somewhere else? So that's the choice. That's what they say. It's like, a heaven on earth is not something that you find. It's something that you make.
Yeah.
So this is a part of it.
Right.
Rose, I was just wondering, there's this pretty woman
Oh, ang ganda.
right before us.
You.
Who would have thought that we could have lost her a long time ago, no? But she's here with us. Huh?
Amazing. And she looks great.
And so,
Thank you.
Rose, what else do you do in life? It seems that you really are well-rounded, yeah? Or what are your other passions?
I love spending my time in the laboratory. Yeah. I love talking to a lot of people. I love telling them, spreading hope. It's the best. It's one of the best things that I can do, to share what I know while I'm still here.
Ito naman,
And,
share the mission.
if you try to imagine my face right now, before I would slur, my face is uneven. When I eat, it falls everywhere.
Really?
You lost control of the muscle.
I have involuntary movement. I have seizure. My head shakes like that when I try to sit up, and I can't write.
What caused it?
Yes,
Wrong
I was
food?
going. Yes, Actually, my Dr. Barry Hendon said it was monosodium glutamate that actually I had an overflow of it, and then my personal care products because I was bit on that vain side. Okay, so yeah, I get a lot of personal care products, and we're not careful. So every time that I go into talking to a lot of people, I always tell them check the labels of the personal care products that you are using. If it doesn't have a label, do not buy it. If it doesn't have licenses, if it doesn't have any approvals, don't buy it. Okay, even if it's like, oh, this is like 20 pesos less cheaper, and this is 1,000 pesos more expensive. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. This one is processed in a very prominent and well-established laboratories with scientists and inventors and doctors and biochemists and everything, by genetic engineers and chemical engineers. And this product was like invented in the kitchen. I was like, no testing whatsoever. So it's like, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And then you have to check out, Google. We're very blessed with Google. Everything that's written on the ingredients, check it out. Is it good for you? Is it causing kidney dysfunction? Is it going to impair your liver? Is it going to give you brain damage? Because it does that. If you're pregnant, is it going to cause miscarriage? If you're pregnant, is it going to cause anything bad to the baby that you're carrying? If you're lactating, is it going to cause something that you're feeding your child something that she's not supposed to be taking? So we have to be really careful. The labels were printed for a reason. So we always tell them that.
Label.
And those are one of the things that caused the major things that caused my impairment.
Grabe pala.
I think I should stop rubbing chicharron powder on my face.
I love chicharron.
Cholesterol
Yeah.
from the kitchen.
Sorry, Maybelline does a very good chicharron. It's a friend of mine. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. We'll send you some. Anyways, I love chicharron.
Okay. So that's good, huh?
It's good
As long
for,
as not too much.
good for your soul. That's what I say.
Yes, everything should be taken in moderation.
Yeah.
Yun. Tama, tama.
Happy life is a moderated life.
So Ross,
You
do
have
you think
little of everything.
little of everything? Learn balance kasi.
Yeah.
Yeah, balance. That's the perfect word.
Chicharron for the soul.
Chicharon
Yeah.
for the soul. Okay.
Chicharron for me. No, really, that's my favorite.
So
I'm an
Ross,
addict.
do you think that what you went through 10 years ago had parang you had to go through it so that you would be able to do this and help other people? Parang nagkaroon ka ng mission,
Mission,
di
huh?
ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to know people that could help me and direct me to this path wherein I could share it, because I know there's a lot of people out there that would have my condition, and that part of your life. I wasn't scared, but I said there is something that I must do. I cannot just stop and accept that I'm going to die. And there's nothing you can do. You just have to face it because you're so vain and everything. You did not take care of yourself and you're going to die. No, that was not it for me. So there is another woman out there, or another guy out there who's experiencing what I experienced, and he is hopeless and he does not know what to do. And my doctors are a bit aging right now. I don't think that they could come to him and cure him. But it is actually very simple. If you come to look at it, if you come to think of it, it is very simple.
Yeah,
It's all human microbiome. It all falls to human microbiome. As what they say in science, love your human microbiome. It's going to take care of you.
That's very inspiring. I mean, I'm sure that people hearing about this who are experiencing some kind of disease that they're helpless to do anything about would very likely find some hope in your story.
Yeah.
And we're very glad that you shared with us your story this afternoon. Pero Jojo, as we wind up, let's ask Ross for her message
Yeah.
to our viewers about health and total wellness.
Rose. Yeah. But before you give your message, wala kaya itong mga bloat sa book. Parang bloated ako.
Yes, you know what? Can I answer that quickly?
Sure.
I don't know if it's
Before
quick
you give
enough.
your message.
Then, yes, those are inflammations. Inflammations are excreted by our human microbiome to alert your immune system to provide an antigen and antimicrobial so that it will fix it, because when there is an inflammation, that means that there is something wrong there. So those are alerts and symptoms that your body is telling other parts of your body, help me, there's something wrong with me, support me with an antigen or support me with the nourishment so that I can, repair myself. So the answer to your question is yes. The first thing that you will notice when you take a human microbiome treatment is that your inflammations goes away. Because why? It has received repair. It has received antigen. So when it has received the right kind of antigen, it stops giving off that alert that say, hey, I'm going to get cured. I already got mine. Okay, so I'm not going to give off any alerts anymore. So yes, and the next thing that you will notice, your skin will turn beautiful. It will turn beautiful. Radiantly glowing. Not white. If you're not white, it would just be beautiful.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, your message
So you're
to everyone.
My message is I've been wanting to say this for so many years, and I am very thankful, that this message would turn out into a message of hope. And God bless your office and your company for allowing me this opportunity to say this. I hope and pray that this inspires a lot of people, those that are experiencing something and does not know what to do. I've been there. I've done that, and I do not want to go back there. And there is hope. There is an answer. It's not a miracle. It's scientifically proven. It's medically proven. It addresses both the body, the mind, and the well-being, and most importantly, your health. You'd rather defend yourself than cure yourself. That is my message. I really hope that we start loving other people and we start loving ourselves first.
Yes. That is a good message.
Yeah, it's a very good message.
Love yourself.
Yes, take care of yourself, and it's really quite simple.
Yes. Stop
Thank
eating
you.
the bad food.
Ay, matigas lang kasi ulo natin, di ba?
Ayoko din. Inborn.
But thank you very much once again, Ross
Yeah.
Licup.
Thank you so much.
Before we end, Jojo, I'd like to announce to our viewers to stay tuned Daily Tribune's Facebook page to win exciting prizes,
Yes.
including a brand new Sharp microwave oven from
wow.
#Fanalo. Okay.
Fanalo.
Fanalo.
FUN. Yes.
Yes.
And thanks to
Thank you, SM Store, for
my
outfits.
beautiful outfit. Except that I'm bloated.
So, thank you very much, everyone, for watching Straight Talk. Our guest today, Ross Licup.
Thanks, Rose.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
See you
Thank you.
soon.
This has been Dina Ventura,
This is Jojo Silvestre.
and this has been Tribune Now Spotlight.
Spotlight.
Magandang araw mga kafanalo, I'm Akira.
At ako naman po si Kilay for another episode ng Hashtag Panalo. At dahil magpapasko na, hindi na namin kayo pahihirapan pa, sagutin lamang ating question of the day na...
Sa anong kanta mo maihahalin tulad ang 13th month pay mo at bakit?
Yun!
Funny, funnier, and funniest commenters pa rin ang ating pipiliin. Funny and funnier commenters will get gift packs from Sharp Philippines and Glow Pink Blush. And funniest commenter natin will get the same plus Sharp Microwave Oven!
Kaya comment lang at tomorrow i-announce po natin ang ating mga lucky commenters. Just tune into the Facebook page of the Daily Tribune and Hashtag Panalo. So, again, good luck and Merry Christmas!
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kami natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April, at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
yun lang ang babayaran.
Ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Let's go.